It's called the greatest setting in college football, and even if the skies open up, that pales in comparison to the purple rain that will be unleashed by the homestanding Washington Huskies. All games might count the same, but some carry a little more juice. And when you get to this point in the season, a couple of teams in the top 10 fighting for their playoff lives and positioning, this one feels a little special. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on the 4th-ranked team in the land, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Kentucky about to kick off to get things underway. The offense lining up for a first down play. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Got the quick completion. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. Part of the DNA of the Washington offense has been a guy who can get it done with his arm.
And just finding a guy that makes everybody around you better, that can make the right decisions, that can highlight your skill positions. That's what gets the Washington fans going crazy, going nuts, and that's when they have those great football teams.
Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Coleman. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Williams will pass. They're trying to get to it. And the defense gets to the quarterback. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
Well, there's an example of how this tight end could be a big weapon in the passing game. That time on the corner route does a nice job separating from the defender and hauling in the catch.
This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. Use the play fake, now to throw. Pulls it in, it's Clark. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown.
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. And the offense sprung a big-time leak, and the quarterback went down.
And when you're throwing the football, you're trying to stop the best athletes in the world from getting to your quarterback. They're going to get there, they're pinning their ears back, get to the QB, get the sack.
Takes a hit as he fires. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Well, they try to throw for it there on 3rd down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
Leaves it with the back. able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
Man, that D tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Johnson wants to throw it. Pressure coming. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And if you turned on the tape last week, you're getting more of the same in the first quarter. This defense last week harassing the QB with 6 sacks, now getting out the gates in the first quarter and getting their first one.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Gets it out quickly. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. He's looking for an open man on second down. Throws for the tight end. Got him, and nobody's close. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26.
Nice job by the quarterback. Hey, the defense is going to let your big tight end be wide open like that. You will take that throw all day long, and they do for a big game.
He'll do it himself. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. And here comes the offense on second down. Williams looking for a man. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And it's picked off. Got some room to run. Giving him his pads. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return. About the only good thing that happened for the offense on that play, at least it wasn't a pick six. What a return.
Yeah, that didn't look good for the offense. You know all those big fellas, those O-linemen, they're not going to be able to go make the play. So as the DB getting the interception, you know if you can break that play and you can get past that level, it might be to the house. It might be to the crib. Lucky that wasn't a pick six if you're on offense.
Hines his man down the middle. And the defense was right there to make the tackle, but not before they get it to the 12 and set up in the red zone. The Wildcats have pushed it inside the 20. He wants to throw. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and game tackled.
They'll give it to the back. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
A first down run in the red zone. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Trying to push their way into the end zone on 3rd and goal. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
4th down here. It's still early in the game. I'm not chasing points. Take the field goal, pay this drive off.
And they have analytical cards nowadays that says the exact situation, what the score is, do you go for it or not? Look at the card, make the decision.
They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. He'll bring it out. It's Green. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Williams will pass. Dumps it off in the flats. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
And there are certain guys that I want to make sure I hone in on, and I do not give them the football in space. And this running back is one of those guys. Really good job by the defense, keeping their eyes on their keys and not letting him sneak out and get any kind of space. As soon as he touched it, he was on the ground.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Trying to escape and get it himself. And the ball's on the ground. The defense scoops it up, and they're bringing it back. I guess in this case, the scramble giveth, and the scramble taketh away, and the ball was taken away.
And I'm not sure if he just didn't see an open guy downfield or if his receivers didn't do a good enough job on the scramble rule getting open. But at the end, quarterback held on to it way too long. That allowed the defense to catch up to him and create the takeaway.
Off play action on 1st down. Got it behind the line. It's Patterson. And the ball's loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
You've got to have better ball security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing possession, turning the ball over, that kills you in games. That loses games. That is a bad, bad play at a bad time.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. The last time they had it, they weren't secure with the football and put it on the ground, David.
Yeah, and I think sometimes that will cause for you to be a little bit conservative, but keep doing you. Put that behind. It's one mistake, Jesse, move on.
I've always been a fan of getting that guy who fumbled it, the ball back early. You got to let that guy turn the page. They need him to make plays if they're going to win this game.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Williams looking for a man. He'll try to do it himself. And tackled there by the defense. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the right. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. It's pretty obvious what's at stake here, guys. A top 10 matchup, winner, good shot at the playoff, and the loser is probably going to need some help.
Yeah, so further cementing your resume, making that exclamation point on the schedule, giving that committee something to look at and go, here's a top 10 win. This is a big deal for my schedule. Big proving moment.
And that's why you play football for one of these two programs, for games like this, for the opportunity to reach the college football playoff. You knew these two teams were on a collision course. That's the opportunity ahead of you to go get it done in front of a lot of eyeballs watching.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds. He'll be short of the 1st down.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Line getting set on 2nd down. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Williams will pass. He puts some heat on that one down the middle. Hit the afterburners, kid. Touchdown, Husky. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field, find those guys down the field.
You know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. The run to the right. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
And I love these offensive coaches going right back to your guy. I believe in you. Just because you fumbled doesn't mean I'm not going to give you the football.
Yeah, he's repaying the favor right now to this coaching staff as well. And doesn't it just seem like he's running with a little bit more juice? He looks like he's ticked off.
Getting some heat. Finds his man. It's Patterson. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Caught over the middle. It's McCray.
And I think you're seeing these guys in every offense. These littler guys, they're so quick, it's hard to get a hand on them. Running crisp routes. You can throw it short, you can throw it long, but they're just big-time playmakers. You've definitely seen an emphasis shift towards smaller wide receivers with some serious skill.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Johnson looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Quarterback on the keeper. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch. As you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
Quarterback looking for just a crack on the sneak. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution of the drive by that offense.
And he made the extra point without problem. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. He'll bring it out. It's Green. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's taking the shot. And he's got it inside the 35. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. They had hoped to come up with explosive plays, and they used one there to set them up inside the 30, 1st and 10. Williams looking for a man. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And the quarterback just couldn't bring himself to pull the trigger and get rid of the ball, and they knock it free.
So let's give the secondary tons of credit, right, Reese? They were doing an outstanding job in the back end, in coverage, not allowing any receivers open, and that's why the QB had to keep holding it and keep holding it. That allowed the pass rush to get to him, and that created the turnover.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Huskies will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Finally stopped after a solid return out to the 32. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Caller, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
Tosses it incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Johnson wants to throw it. Another incompletion on third down.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. For this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing that get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
Offense gets set for second down. Looking for a crease. It's Clark. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Let's see what call they have on third and long from the 28. Williams will pass. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half. But, man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
On the return, it's White. He's got great speed. Boy, did he show it all on that return. The speed, the explosiveness, and took a little momentum with him out of bounds. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Patterson. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like, it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
Johnson looking to throw. Trying to get to it. Got enough space. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Northern Illinois is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Huskies have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. It's still a one-score game. They're trailing by 8 to Wyoming. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now, and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
Got it in the middle. It's Coleman. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Productive pass offense for the Huskies, and they've had a long line of quarterbacks who've gone on to the pros.
Yeah, a lot of guys that you can think of. Warren Moon obviously was so dynamic, so good, but guys that were surgical, guys that read the defenses, made the decision, made big plays. That's what the Husky fans want to see.
Pocket starts to collapse. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Williams looking for a man. He tries to take the top off. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Bringing it back. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
He'll keep it himself. Oh, it's loose. The defense all over that loose ball, and now they're bringing it back. And they'll get him down after a solid return. I don't know that there's anything more demoralizing to an offense than the fumble. I know the defense makes plays, but sometimes they just seem so unnecessary or sloppy.
I think the offensive coordinator now has some decisions to have to make. Oftentimes, Reese, we see running backs fumble, they get benched. Well, this offense, we're not going to bench this guy because of his talent. But how many more times do you trust him to carry the football on design quarterback runs after that fumble?
After that last completion, it's second down. Quarterback checking off. Looking to throw on second down. Just a short pass to the tight end. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
Williams will pass. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
This poor quarterback has been running for his life. He has never been able to get his feet set, stare downfield, and try and pick this defense apart because he's constantly throwing with pressure in his face.
Negative play on first down. That's what a defense always wants. He's going to pass on second down. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better.
He caught it, and he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Huskies. Lining up for the PAT. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. A very efficient five-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a pass from 40 yards out. Fair catch called for and made. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for...
Can anyone catch him? And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. And the quarterback is snowed under.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes in offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Johnson wants to throw it. Quick strike complete. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo booster.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. from the gun, wants to pass. He's going to run it. At the 35, he's open. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his speed as he moves those sticks.
Man, even when you're right, you're wrong. Defensively, you had a good play call on. You took away all the throwing options. You got some initial pressure on the quarterback. You're losing late in the game. You just need a play to get off the field. But because of this guy's athleticism and speed, you just don't have the answer. And now your back is up against the wall.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Makes the grab. Oh, the ball popped out. That's a way to mess up a drive. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They took it down the field for a touchdown the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to take the lead in this football game.
So they got to be feeling good. They did their part, score. Your defense does your part. Jesse, this offense, keep that momentum. I would say stay aggressive here.
And just keep doing what you were doing on that last drive, right? Well, whatever was working for you, just go back. Keep using those same playmakers to allow you to go down here and score a touchdown.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He slings it deep to the left. It's complete. A huge pickup. Got a lot of running room. Touchdown, Huskies. They've got the lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, and a nice job in the fourth quarter making plays, and a nice job being on the same page. QB, receiver. You could tell he broke with the football. He caught it in stride, gets into the end zone. Nice pitch and catch right there. Nice chemistry by the QB and wide receiver.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense...
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
Johnson looking to throw. And wings it incomplete. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Gonna let it fly. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And now such a tough situation late in this game. You're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
Well, you got to give this offense a ton of credit because normally they've got the lead because of this running back. Today, it's actually despite him. They really haven't gotten the production out of him that they expect week in, week out. You got to give the defense credit for that. But other guys on offense have been able to step up enough to make the plays necessary to give them the lead.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Motion from the offense. The jet sweep pass. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Quarterback will audible. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Holmes. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker.
Offense facing 4th down.
It's 4th down now, and this likely the final snap before the 2-minute warning. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. They'll keep the offense on the field on 4th down already with a one-possession lead. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. He's got it, and they convert. He is stopped short, and isn't that going to make things interesting? Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll start this drive firing. Unloads to the right. Rolls it in. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a 1st down.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Finds his big tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the 1st down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Johnson wants to throw it. They're bringing heat. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
That's a good decision by the quarterback. I know that's not going to come up on the stat sheet, but you're in the pocket, nobody's open. Don't risk turning it over. Just throw it away.
The noise level is relentless here on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. And that pass intercepted. Looking for more room. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
It's such a fine line offensively. Late in the game, you got to score, you got to make big plays, but you can't turn the football over. Big-time mistake. This one might cost them.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as